Joe Raiti from Raiti's Rides. We're still here at the Comerica Center in Frisco, Texas for that world premiere of the 2022 Toyota Tundra. And what I have is one that I know many of you have been waiting for. This is that coveted top trim, that 1794 edition. But before we get into this Wild Wild West setup of their full-size truck, let's talk about what's going on here. Toyota Tundra, it's been around since the year 2000, believe it or not, Y2K. It replaced the T100 and basically was the first Japanese full-size pickup truck. Now what's fascinating is Toyota wanted to call it the T150, but there's another company, I'm sure that you know who that is, that actually fought them on that and said, no, you can't call it a T150 because it sounds like one of our trucks. So that's when Toyota decided to go with the Tundra name. And it's kind of crazy because when you think Toyota, it's synonymous with the Tundra, especially when it comes to what Toyota is known for, that full dependability, reliability, and of course, that power. Now, with this new Tundra, it's not just a change-up of the exterior, it's not only a change-up of the interior, but also underneath the hood in this third generation. Now, the other two generations were voted as North American Truck of the Year. Gonna be fascinating to see how everybody takes in this new Tundra, especially with the absence, no more 5.7 liter V8. But what I wanna find out is, with this 1794 edition, is this a competitor to the Ford F-150 King Ranch? And if you're wondering, why do they call it the 1794 edition? The reason why is because the area where the factory is, where they build these Tundras to this day, was actually once upon a time a big Texas ranch, and that ranch was created in 1794. So Toyota wanted to pay homage to that connection with the past, where this Tundra is coming, especially with that Western style motif. So let's go ahead, let's see how this new Tundra stacks up against, like I said, the King Ranch, and see who is king of the ranch. Let's go find out. Right off the bat, the color. This is a 1794 specific color called Smoked Mesquite. You see the connection there? Barbecue, Western, and we're in Texas. Doesn't get any better than that. At the front of the business, you're gonna get the full new headlight design, LED headlights, LED daytime running lamps. They did a great job on the style, make it stand out, make it unique. All trims are gonna get these functional air vents, so you are gonna get not only that aggressive style, but that functionality that we come to expect as we watch reviews here on Raiti's Rides. Another thing is, look at how the bodywork, everything interlocks super clean. Now, this particular King Ranch has an extra option on it, the TRD Off Road package. And what's fascinating is depending on which trim you go with, and also package, is gonna change the grille. And since we're at the front end of the business, here is your new large grille area. Now, normally on the 1794 edition, this would be all chrome. But because we have that TRD off-road package, they actually changed the grille. So you're gonna notice this really nice metallic smoke gray finish. We got the Toyota badge very prominent with the chrome there. Forward-facing camera. I love the way they're putting the Tundra name, stamping it right in that lower piece there, instead of sticking emblems all over the place. And you could see the lower exterior lighting. Now, with the work that they did at the front of this vehicle, there's gonna be a lot of, believe it or not, technology. You're gonna have active shutters that open and close to help with aerodynamic efficiency, even an air dam that lowers and raises to help with aerodynamic efficiency because of the size of this truck. But the truck has a wider track, and you could just see that bold style that's at the front. And like I said, this one has the TRD off-road package, so this grille actually has TRD stamped in it. Very nice touch. Now, when we get up onto the hood, that mystique, that smoke mesquite, really sparkles nicely underneath the lights. You can see the valleys, nice deep valleys, give some bold strength to the body. And then as we come around the bend, what are we working with? Wheel and tire setup. Now, these wheels are going to be specific to that TRD off-road package. It is a 20-inch wheel. And if you're wondering, well, Joe, what's the size of the tire on this thing? You're looking at 255 on the width and a nice super meaty 60 series sidewall. You can see the 4-piston caliper, the ventilated rotors, plenty of space underneath the fender and the top of the tire. And like I was saying, I think having this personalization, like somebody who wants something a little bit more off-road worthy, really nice to have that, because when you're looking at the King Ranch, There are lots of ways to do your King Ranch, but there's lots of ways to also do your 1794 edition. Now remember, this is a pre-production, so some of the finishes may not be 100% exact, but you'll notice you have the metallic gray around the fender openings. Really clean look. I like it better than gloss black for sure. And then that hard body line, you know, the smoked mesquite color really shows that hard fender body line and how it kind of just teardrops into the door panel. Really great style. I think that's what people are going to love about this Tundra, is not only does it look good on the outside, but like I said, wait until we get to the interior. Now coming down the side, you're going to get nice shiny chrome on the mirror caps, a little bit of that gloss black finish, and I like what they did with the way that they kind of grayed out the A-pillar here. Really kind of lowers the height perspective-wise of what this truck does visually with the way that they did that. Of course, you're going to get your 1794 edition badging. Really smart how they kind of went around the perimeter of the badge as the chrome trim and run it down the whole side of the truck from door to door. Really clean, of course. We got the bright, shiny metalwork along the bottom, and you'll notice that as we get towards the rear, it flares out sort of like a hockey stick. Really gives it that nice style that people come to expect. This is what they want to see. They don't want to see a bunch of chrome all over the place. It's nice to have it in certain well thought out places. We have chrome, of course, on the door handles all the way around, that trim. Another thing that's great is how everything just curves underneath, gives us that great ground clearance. Of course, you're going to have a Borg 1 or 2-speed transfer case that's actually been beefed up to take more on. We got that double wishbone suspension up front that's also been revised to take more of that stress on. And you have a new multi-link rear suspension that you can option with, believe it or not, totally on the fly adjustable suspension bits, the four corners with the dampers, active dampers, and also a air leveling system for the rear suspension. This is all new for the Tundra. Working our way towards the rear, there's that smoke finish. You'll notice the optional shocks that come with the TRD Off Road package, those Bilstein shock absorbers. This is a full body boxed on frame, that steel frame, body on frame construction. Working our way towards the back, because we do have the TRD option off-road package. You get the nice badging on the rear. You'll notice that nice fender treatment. And then coming around all the way towards the back, what are we going to get? You're going to get that Tundra name, and I'm going to kind of swap spots with Lori. That Tundra name, chrome on the door handle, 4x4, your new lights, nice LED. Look at the way they integrated the lower rear bumper with the chrome trim. Nothing too heavy, nothing too crazy. And it has an electronic locking limited slip diff out back, and the exhaust with the chrome tip, Toyota badging on it, looking really clean. Time for the tailgate to drop down. Nice soft release. I love the way it's got the Tundra badge here. And then you'll see the amount of room, of course, with LED lighting and your power source hookup. And of course, you have that ability to drop the rear glass. But why don't we go ahead, let's pop the hood and see what's powering our 1794 edition. All right, guys, we got the hood popped. You do have hydraulic hood struts. Now, before I show you anything, I just want to preface, because I know that in the comment section, it must be pouring in, Joe, why are you whispering? We are at the Comerica Center. They have lots of Tundras on display, and it's a little bit of professional courtesy while other people are doing their filming. Even though I'm Italian, even though I come from a family of 8, my inside voice, I've been practicing this for the whole plane trip over to Texas so that I could talk at a lower volume. So don't adjust anything. I'm not changing anything. We'll be loud and proud as we continue through this journey together. But let's check out what we have underneath the hood. Guess what? No more 5.7 liter V8. So if you were hoping that was going to be an option, you could keep on hoping. It's not happening. But here's the great news is you do have the choice of 2 different outputs when it comes to engine performance. So what you're looking at on this 1794 edition is that new 3.5 liter twin turbo V6. That's replacing the 5.7 liter V8. But before you go outside and start yelling and pulling your hair out of your head that there's no more V8, here's the great news. You're going to have more power, 389 horsepower, 479 pound-feet of torque. It is mated to a 10-speed automatic transmission. The great news, though, is if this is not enough, they have more technology. They have a hybrid iForce Max. That's going to give you 437 horsepower and 583 pound-feet of torque. That's enough torque to pull a house off of its foundation. If you're wondering, well, with the hybrid, what type of battery setup is it? It's that nickel metal hydride battery setup, 12,000 pounds towing capacity and 1,940 pounds payload capacity. Now, one thing that Toyota is stating, we don't have official MPG numbers yet, but what they are stating is that what a lot of the other brands, especially when you look at Ford with the King Ranch, when you go up to the higher performance output engine, you're actually going to get better fuel economy than with the standard setup. We don't know the numbers yet, but like I said, in a few weeks we will be doing the full drive. But why don't we go ahead? You think this is big news? Let's get to the interior and see what the 1794 brings for the Cowboys. All right, guys, we're inside this 2022 Toyota Tundra. This is that 1794 edition. I know that you're wondering, well, Joe, I really love this Texas style, Western style ranch setup. How much is it? As we mentioned in our other reviews, this is the world premiere, so feel extra special that you are here with us because you are extra special. The bad news is we don't have pricing yet, but we will be going on a full drive media launch event in a few weeks, so stay tuned for that. But let's see how this compares to that Ford King Ranch. Let's go to the door panels. All new for 2022. Love the style. You're going to get the soft touch material up top with the contrast stitching. When you go with the 1794 edition, you're going to get that light beige color, silver on the door handle, and then the darker brown on the armrest. You'll notice the wood trim in the center. Right underneath that is where you're going to be able to put that Western Twinkie in that holder, perfectly placed. And then down below, there's plenty of room for some spurs, maybe for some rope down there as you're doing your lassoing, and a couple bottles of good old milk that you got right from your own family cow. Now, going from the door panel to the dash, they bring it all out. What I love about the new Tundra, each of these dashes in front of the passenger are going to be different. And when you go 1794 edition, you're getting the wood trim and, of course, that really clean badging. This has the optional 13-speaker JBL sound system. Really digging soft touch material with the darker brown. This really is a true competitor to that King Ranch, and this is really where the King gets its crown. Look at that optional 14-inch infotainment system, horizontal in its layup, wireless Apple CarPlay, wireless Android Auto. So intuitive, so easy to use. As you can see, it's a full touchscreen system, so you're not going to have any issues with trying to figure it out. And I think that they did it the best with integrating it in this whole center stack area. Now, you are going to get, of course, these tasteful toggle switches for your AC controls. Easy to adjust, easy to turn on. You could even do your heated seats, ventilated seats to keep those cowboys and cowgirls very comfortable as you're working on the farm. USB, nice, conveniently placed, and then you're going to get soft touch material. Because this has the TRD Off Road package, we have that bright red start stop button conveniently placed, and then all the other accessories. Watch this. Watch when I hit the view mode. Boom, there is your King Ranch. You can look around, really take a idea of how many farm animals are around your truck out on your ranch. But really clean graphics. And this is that technology piece that is just so sharp in this new Tundra. Now, as we continue to work our way down with the TRD off-road package, you're not only getting the better suspension, you're also getting the electronic locking limited slip diff. You're gonna hit that right there. And of course, you have wireless charging, a nice little place for some Snickers. And then look at the wood trim after a hard day. You know, you're getting all the cattle together. You could rub your wood and be comfortable. Open it up, 2 cup holders, nicely placed. Close it back up, super smooth. You get the TRD badge because we have the TRD off-road package with the soft touch material. This is going to control that 10-speed automatic. We have our drive mode selector knob, very easy to access. You got your 2 high, 4 high, and 4 low, and then more wood finish. And I love the way they styled the armrest because you have accessibility. You're not going to have to open and close this 20 different times. Lift this up, put some gum back there, maybe some peanut M&Ms. And if you want to open it, you can. Put your cowboy hat in there. You got your USB-C, USB, and tons of storage. Even some places to put some collector coins. You got buffalo nickels? You got some buffalo on the farm? You got a place to put those buffalo nickels that you've been collecting ever since you were 7 and your grandmother used to give you one when you got an A on your report card. Keep those in there. Seats. Welcome home, cowboy. You got that beautiful material, the brown perforated, nice soft electric assist for the passenger. Electric assist, obviously, for this cowboy. We got the full length panoramic sunroof. That's how you have to say it, panoramic sunroof. And then technology-wise, there's Sofian right there from Redline Reviews. Back there, he's actually there on purpose to show us the technology in this digital rear view mirror. I definitely want to thank him for that support role in making this review possible. Well, why don't you get your little doggies over here? I want to show you behind the wheel of this Tundra. All right, guys, we're behind the reins of this 1794 edition Toyota Tundra. Love the amount of room in here, very comfortable, and of course the level of fit, finish, and materials is on a new level. You got 2 memory seat settings, just like different cowboys have different size boots. You're gonna have people that maybe you let borrow your Tundra and they may have a different seat setting. Well, guess what? You could save yours just for you. Down below with the TRD Off Road package, you're gonna get the aluminum brake pedal and throttle. Throttle pedal has been changed up for the first time since 2007. I am gonna zonk this area though. I would like to see an aluminum dead pedal. But what I do like is the nice finishes on the side. Remember, this is a pre-production, so some of these finishes are not exactly what the production truck is gonna have. Just something to remind you as we're doing this worldwide premiere. Steering wheel. Love the soft material. Nice leather perforated with the smooth, the stitch work, even on the horn button. I like the way they got the thumb buttons easy to get to. Power, tilting, and telescoping steering wheel. And then guess what? You're gonna get your 12 inches here on the ranch. This is that 12.3-inch digital display. Look at the graphics, look at the clarity. Love that technology piece in there with all the great readouts. Easy to use no matter how big the brim is on your cowboy hat. But why don't we go ahead, let's get into the back seat and see how our ranch hands are gonna fit in the passenger section of this Tundra. All right, guys, backseat time, and I'm telling you right now, I've been on some ranches, and some of them have not had as much room as they have in the backseat of this new Tundra, especially the 1794. Love that panoramic sunroof. Backs of the seats, super smooth, and you could fit about 5 pounds of beef jerky in this back pocket on each side. So if you think about it, that's 10 pounds of beef jerky for your long family hauls. Speaking of hauling, you could haul your drinks right in this back section. Look at the soft touch material, the silver finish. We got heated seats and ventilated seats. Thank you, Toyota. USB, USB-C, and a home power source. I'm still gonna have to zonk the air vents back here. I would like to see air vents in the frame, but everybody gets a hold on tight handle or the good old oh crap handle. Seat, watch this, you ready? You actually have wonderful storage. Put your boots, excuse me, put your spurs. I'm getting all choked up. This Tundra is very emotional for me, and I'm just getting all choked up. But you got plenty of storage. And then the seats, the soft touch. Pull down the armrest. Look at this. It's like made by Charmin. 2 cup holders. Of course, you're going to get the electric dropping rear glass. That's been a Tundra mainstay for so long. But why don't we go ahead? I know you want to see us drive it. Come back in a couple weeks because we are. But if you're ready, I'm ready. Let's wrap this one up. All right, guys, it's been a great day here at the Comerica Center in Texas. I definitely got to thank the whole Toyota USA team for allowing Raiti's Rides access to this event to bring it to you first. Let me know what you think. Do you think that Toyota did enough with this 1794 edition to make it king of the ranch? Or are you gonna go with Ford and the F-150 King Ranch? Let me know in the comment section. Very curious to hear what you have to say. But if you want to keep seeing stuff like this and you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. I promise you it's worthwhile. Come back for more. If you are a subscriber, thank you for being part of the Raiti's Rides family. If you want to help us keep making great content just for you on the channel, 2 ways to do it. Click the first link, become a Raiti's Rides Patreon member. Click the second link, get yourself some Raiti's Rides merch. Got to give it up to the king. Actually, what am I saying king? The queen. I'm thinking King Ranch. queen of the camera, working it like a champ, best videographer in the whole ranch, in all of Texas. Show Lori some love in the comment section. Thank you, Lori, for all that you do. And just like always, guys, I'll see you on the next ride.